The numbers are staggering. Tourists and residents produce a mind-boggling 636 million pounds of garbage a year.
And this is where that garbage winds up, much of it plastic, 700 tons a day. 30 years ago, this was a small island with a lagoon and a coral reef. Today, it's 3 times its size, appropriately nicknamed Trash Island.
The numbers are staggering. Tourists and residents produce a mind-boggling 636 million pounds of garbage a year. And this is where that garbage winds up. Much of it plastic, 700 tons a day. 30 years ago, this was a small island with a lagoon and a coral reef. Today, it's 3 times its size, appropriately nicknamed Trash Island. Vocabulary: staggering, mind-boggling, lagoon, coral reef. So if you missed those words, that's okay. That's fine. Those are a little bit tricky. Mind-boggling, I put in the EVC challenge. Lots of you missed tourists. Are, winds up. Now, we've had this verb, this phrasal verb before, winds up. And it's, I love this. It is, and then it possessive. A lagoon, a coral reef. Lots of the problems, too. So be careful with those words. Think about it. When I give you the answers, why is it why not the? Okay. The numbers are staggering. The numbers are staggering. Great word, staggering. Very good word. Tourists. Now, his pronunciation, STS, that T is gone. Tourists and residents, this T is gone. Why are the T's gone? Strong sounds, SNL. Here's 2 S's. Kill the T. Here's an N and an S. Kill the T. It's gone. Tourists and residents produce a mind-boggling, but think of it more as a stop. Mind-boggling, but don't finish the D. Stop. Mind-boggling, boggling, it's a short O. Mind-boggling, it's 3 syllables, not boggling. A mind-boggling 636 million pounds of garbage a year. And I have to say to Mahmoud wrote this, 636. Who can read that? Nobody can read that. Use some commas. 636 million. Now we can read it. Okay, Mahmoud? 636 million pounds of garbage a year. That sounds like so much. And this is where that garbage winds up, ends up, eventually arrives. Much of it plastic. Yeah, plastic. 700 tons a day. 700 tons a day. The Maldives only has 500,000 people. And they're making 700 tons of garbage a day. 30 years ago, this was a small island with a lagoon and a coral reef. Okay, that's all in your glossary. Today, it's 3 times its size. So they actually expanded the size of the island. Appropriately nicknamed Trash Island. Appropriately is a good adverb. I would rather say sadly or unfortunately nicknamed Trash Island. 2 times. The numbers are staggering, really surprising, actually. Tourists and residents produce a mind-boggling, what? 636 million pounds of garbage a year. And this, he shows this island of garbage, is where that garbage winds up. This is where it goes. This is its final destination. Much of it plastic. Much of the garbage is plastic. A lot of the garbage is plastic. 700 tons a day. 30 years ago, this island was a small island, very nice, 30 years ago, with a lagoon. And there's a picture in your glossary, a lagoon and a coral reef. Oh, it's just perfect, right? Today, however, it's 3 times its size. They kept expanding the island. They make the island bigger and bigger, 3 times its original size. 30 years ago, it was this big, and today, it's this big. Appropriately nicknamed, and like I said in the answers file, unfortunately, sadly nicknamed Trash Island. That's true. A great question. We have the word pounds, but in America and UK, we use the abbreviation LB or LBS, and we have the word ounce or ounces, and the abbreviation is OZ. Where's the Z? What do you mean LB? Well, what's the LB? It's a good question. So, and this is the problem with English. English is an amalgamation, a combination of many different languages. So the word pound comes from libra pando, which is Italian or Latin. So, pando, that's pound. There you go. Libra pando means a pound by weight. So libra itself means weight. And there's your LB. And plural LBS. Okay? So that's where the LB comes from. What about ounces? Originally, onza. It's old Italian. Now they say like oncia. It's different. But old Italian was onza. And there's your OZ. There's your OZ. Yeah. So, good question.
The numbers are staggering. Tourists and residents produce a mind-boggling 636 million pounds of garbage a year.
And this is where that garbage winds up, much of it plastic, 700 tons a day. 30 years ago, this was a small island with a lagoon and a coral reef. Today, it's 3 times its size, appropriately nicknamed Trash Island.
The numbers are staggering. Tourists and residents produce a mind-boggling 636 million pounds of garbage a year.
And this is where that garbage winds up, much of it plastic, 700 tons a day. 30 years ago, this was a small island with a lagoon and a coral reef. Today, it's 3 times its size, appropriately nicknamed Trash Island.